You're listening to Mindful Matters, an educational series about the art and science of being present, hosted by Bruce. Let's take a breath together.
Welcome back to Mindful Matters. Being Mindful Matters. I'm going to be mindful on a subject this morning that's all too common. And it's a problem. When parental conflict becomes a mirror inside the child. Okay, when a child witnesses one parent tearing down the other, the child does not just hear criticism. They absorb it as part of their own identity. What adults treat as external conflict becomes internalized as self-doubt, shame, and confusion in the developing mind. Why this hits the child so deep, so hard. Children feel their sense of self from the two people who created them. Their brain naturally forms the equation. Okay, if part of my parent is bad, then part of me must be bad too. This is not conscious reasoning. Okay, it's a neurological and emotional wiring. A child's identity is still under construction, and parents are the blueprint. When one parent attacks the other, the blueprint becomes unstable. What the child experiences internally. Each insult, sarcastic comment, or belittling remark becomes a seed planted in the child's inner world. Over time, these seeds grow into self-doubt. Maybe I'm not good enough either. Shame. Something must be wrong with me. Confusion. Who do I trust? Who is safe? Insecurity. If they don't love each other, will they still love me? Adults argue from a place in history. Frustration or unmet needs. Children interpret conflict as a threat to their identity and safety. Okay, and here's one that I like to stress: the mirror metaphor. The image of the child staring into the mirror is powerful because it captures a psychological truth. Children use their parents as mirrors to understand who they are. When the reflection is fractured by conflict, the child's self-image fractures with it. Yes, it does. And the hidden cost: internalizing adult problems. When adults keep external disagreements, disappointments, resentment, okay, this becomes internal for the child. They carry it in their behavior, school performance, friendships, emotional regulation, and long-term self-worth. This is why children from high conflict homes often struggle with anxiety, perfectionism, people pleasing, and emotional shutdown. That's fact. So, if you or your spouse don't get along, and you have children, just try not to do things in front of the child. If you insist on being together for whatever reason, and you're going to constantly fight and argue with one another, and you're going to constantly put one another down, please refrain from doing that in front of the child. Okay, it's like I was saying, the mirror effect. They see that, they're going to learn that, and they're going to think that's normal, and that's a fact. So try to be mindful of the child. All right, you're put away your selfish pride and all that nonsense. Like I said, if you insist on staying together for whatever reason, and You fight each other, argue, put each other down. It's, that's your business. That's not healthy, especially for the child. So have a good day. Stay safe and peaceful.